Hey everyone, welcome. In the world of child sponsorship, passion is what gets everything started, right? It's the fuel. But data is the map. And today, we're going to dig into the key numbers that really turn those good intentions into success you can actually see and measure.
So let's just jump right in with a big question for you. Is your program built on hope or is it built on strategy? Think about it. Are you just hoping people will give, or do you have a real plan to inspire them and keep them with you? Because let's be real, hope is amazing, but it's not a strategy. And the answer is, well, it's both, of course. The best programs are built on both. See, the strategy isn't some cold, separate thing from your passion. It's hidden right there, inside your data. And honestly, it's the data that makes the mission truly possible. Okay, so here's how we're going to break it all down. We're going to follow the donor's journey using data as our guide. First up, the first to low. That's all about getting new sponsors. Then, building a lasting bond, keeping them engaged. After that, we'll get into measuring the effort to see what's working. And then the big one, proving the impact. And at the end, we'll tie it all together. Sound good? Let's go. All right, Act 1, the first hello. This is that huge moment when someone decides, yes, I'm in. This is all about acquisition and figuring out what it really costs to get that yes. So the first number we absolutely have to get our heads around is donor acquisition cost, or DAC for short. All this is how much money you spend on marketing and outreach to get one new sponsor. That's it. It's the ultimate report card for your fundraising efficiency. It tells you straight up if your strategy, like are your Facebook ads working better than that big mail out, is actually paying off. And the math here is super simple, seriously. You just take all your marketing costs, divide that by the number of new sponsors you brought in, and boom, that's your DAC. It might be a simple number, but trust me, what it tells you about your strategy is huge. And here's why this is so important. Getting your DAC down isn't just about pinching pennies, no way. It's about freeing up that money so you can put it where it really counts. Keeping your current sponsors happy and, of course, delivering on the promises you made to the children you're serving. Okay, let's move on to Act 2, because once you've got that new sponsor, that's when the real work starts. Now we have to build a bond that's actually going to last. And that brings us right to the sponsorship retention rate. Think of this as the ultimate health check for your program. It tells you how stable you are and how much your donors really trust you. And for any program that relies on those steady, monthly gifts, a high retention rate isn't just nice to have. It is the absolute foundation of your financial stability. And just look at the difference here. On one side, you've got this constant scramble, this stress of always having to find new people, which leads to unpredictable funding. But on the other side, a stable, reliable funding base. That means you can stop worrying so much about fundraising and start focusing on what you're actually there to do, delivering amazing, impactful programs. That, right there, is the power of retention. So, to really grasp just how valuable retention is, we need to look at something called donor lifetime value, or DLV. This is where we zoom out. We stop looking at a single donation and start looking at the total contribution a sponsor makes over their entire time with you. It's the big picture. And again, the formula is easy. Just take the average amount a sponsor gives in a year and multiply it by how many years they typically stick around. So if someone gives, say, $360 a year and stays for 4.5 years, their DLV is over $1,600. See? That really changes how you think about that one sponsor, doesn't it? And this is where it all starts to click together. See, when you know a sponsor's lifetime value, it tells you exactly how much you can afford to spend to get a new sponsor just like them. If your DLV is high, you can justify spending a bit more to find those amazing, loyal supporters. It's all connected. Okay, on to Act 3. We know our donors, we know their value. Now let's figure out if our campaigns to reach them are actually working. And this is where campaign ROI, or return on investment, comes into play. This is your go-to tool for figuring out which fundraising strategies are winners and which ones are duds. It literally tells you how many dollars you get back for every dollar you put in. Let's keep it simple. Say a campaign costs you $5,000, but it brings in $20,000. Your ROI is 300%. Put another way, for every single dollar you spent, you brought $3 back to the mission. Now that is an insight you can take to the bank. And why is this so critical right now? Well, Get this. A recent survey showed that 62% of nonprofit leaders say donor retention is their number one priority. And it makes sense, right? The campaigns with the best ROI are usually the ones that tell the best stories and build the strongest relationships. And what does that do? It fuels retention. And that brings us to Act 4. This is it. This is the whole point of the journey. Because all the fundraising, all the engagement, it's all for nothing if we aren't making a real difference in the world. This is the payoff. Impact reporting metrics. This is the proof. This is where we move past the spreadsheets and the dollar signs, and we start tracking real, tangible improvements. We're talking about better education, better health, the real well-being of a community. This is how you look a sponsor in the eye and show them your support is changing a life. And this isn't some fuzzy, abstract idea. We are talking about concrete proof. Things like, by what percentage did school enrollment go up? How much have literacy rates improved? How many kids got vaccinated? How many more families have clean water now? These are the hard facts that give your emotional stories their power. I mean, just look at this chart. School attendance jumped from 45% all the way to 85% because of this program. This is what data-driven impact looks like. It's simple, it's clear, it's undeniable, and it's the number one reason a sponsor will stick with you for the long haul. Okay, so let's tie this all together. The big takeaway here is that none of these numbers live on an island. They're all connected. They work together in this really powerful cycle. And the thread that weaves through all of it, it's data-driven storytelling. When you can show your impact with real numbers, you prove your value. That boosts your retention and increases that lifetime value we talked about. And when you know that, you know exactly how much to invest in finding new supporters. It's this amazing upward spiral of trust, loyalty, and bigger, better impact. So, as we finish up, just remember this. Your data isn't just a bunch of numbers. It's a story, a powerful story of hope and change. And the only question left for you is, what story is your data waiting to tell?